if this closes, I don't know where we're going to be at.
Kimberly McLaughlin is waiting for the Premier's announcement. She works at the Northern Pulp mill. Her husband works in the forestry sector. Her son is a millwright.
It's going to affect every member of my family. And even affect my parents. My parents lease a property from Northern Pulp.
Finally, Premier Stephen McNeil takes the podium.
The company has put us all in a very difficult position, and now it is decision time.
Oh my God.
McNeil decided not to grant the mill an extension, not to allow it to keep pumping its effluent into a body of water near an Indigenous community as it has for decades. It forces the closure of the mill because by law it can't keep using its current waste treatment facility after January 31st. But it means the Premier keeps his promise to the Pictou Landing First Nation. Chief Andrea Paul says this move puts an end to what she calls environmental racism.
It's been a long time coming. I'm very grateful to Premier Stephen McNeil.
But forestry officials say the mill supports 2,700 jobs. Thousands more in the forestry sector could also be at risk just days before Christmas.
I know this could not have come at a worse time for you.
The Premier also announced a $50 million transition fund to help the people who work here at the mill and others in the forestry sector. Not enough for some.
He just decimated rural Nova Scotia. So if that's his legacy that he wants, he's certainly going to get it.
Today, we will begin the process of delivering layoff and contract cancellation notices, and we'll start implementing plans to close Northern Pulp.
Kimberly McLaughlin says the community is deeply divided.
I have never been so emotionally attached to something that I celebrated somebody else losing their job and losing their livelihoods, and it's been all over social media, and I think it's disgusting.
Thank you. And then she went back to work while she still can. Kayla Hounsell, CBC News, Pictou, Nova Scotia.
And Tom Murphy, the host of CBC Nova Scotia News, joins us from the Pictou waterfront. And Tom, when you look at the reaction to this story, it is complicated.
It is. You know, you think about some of the families here, they have an Indigenous person, a pulp worker, and also a fisherman in the same family or extended family. So it does get complicated. I was at a sawmill today where the management was telling staff, please do not take this decision out on people, because they now face job losses as they head into the Christmas season. So it's difficult for them. On the flip side, fishermen are delighted. Treated effluent will no longer be piped into the Northumberland Strait after January 31st of 2020. This is certainly the talk of the town here in Pictou. Have a listen.
I believe that it is the right decision for the environment.
I wish they would have done something years ago. Just a water treatment plant or whatever it was going to be.
Keeping the mill open just wasn't feasible, in my opinion. So I just hope that their transition does happen and it happens in a quick manner that benefits the families so they're not negatively impacted.
And so, Tom, what now?
Well, the mill turns its attention to shutting itself down. That won't happen overnight, but the pink slips are expected to fly before too long. The forestry industry is looking at reshaping itself. Woodlot owners are wondering what they're going to do with their wood products. Sawmills wonder what happens to their products. A lot of questions surrounding that as the province tries to put together a transition strategy now heading into the days and weeks ahead. There is still plenty of uncertainty here in Pictou County. Ian?
All right, Tom. Thank you.